The two sisters who made an empire tremble. In the history of Vietnam, there are few images more powerful than two women charging into battle on the backs of war elephants. At a time when the world was almost universally ruled by men, two sisters did the unthinkable. They united a nation, raised an army, and made the mighty Han Empire tremble. They are now regarded as the national heroines of Vietnam. So, how did Trung Truc and Trung Nhi, armed with little more than astonishing courage, challenge one of the most powerful dynasties on Earth? This is the story of the warrior queens who fought for their homeland's soul. Our story begins around the 1st century CE, in a land the Chinese called Jiaoqi, what is now northern Vietnam. For nearly a century and a half, it had been under the thumb of China's Han Dynasty, which imposed its own laws, culture, and, worst of all, crushing taxes on the Vietnamese people. Into this simmering pot of tension, two sisters were born into a noble military family. From a young age, Trung Truc and her younger sister, Trung Nhi, were schooled in martial arts and the arts of warfare. This wasn't as unusual as it might sound. Unlike the strict patriarchal society of Han China, early Vietnamese culture often granted women high status and positions of leadership. The final straw came when Trung Truc's husband, a local lord named Thi Sac, was executed by the ruthless local governor for daring to plot a rebellion. Chinese historical accounts suggest Trung Truc launched her rebellion to avenge her husband. But for the Vietnamese people, it was the ultimate insult after generations of oppression. Standing with her people, Trung Truc swore an oath to liberate her homeland. In the spring of 40 CE, the sisters made their move. They gathered a massive force, with traditional accounts saying it was as large as 80,000 people, including 36 women they trained as generals. The rebellion exploded from the Red River Delta and spread like wildfire. Riding atop war elephants, the sisters led their army with incredible speed, catching the Han forces completely off guard. Within months, they had captured 65 cities and fortresses, driving the Han officials out of their land. For the first time in over a century, their nation was free. Following the stunning victory, Trung Truc was proclaimed queen, becoming the first female monarch in Vietnam's history. She ruled from her capital in Mê Linh, with her sister Trung Nhi serving as a top advisor and co-leader. Together, they abolished the hated Chinese taxes and began to restore their ancestral traditions. For 3 brilliant years, they reigned as queens of an independent nation. But you don't poke an empire and expect it to just walk away. In 42 CE, the Han Emperor sent one of his most feared generals, Ma Yuan, with a massive, battle-hardened army to crush the rebellion. Ma Yuan's forces were professional, disciplined, and overwhelmingly powerful. The sisters met the Han army in a series of desperate battles. Despite their fierce courage, their citizen army was ultimately no match for the might of the imperial war machine. They were pushed back, their forces scattered, until they were cornered for one final, desperate stand. Here, history and legend split. Chinese records claim that General Ma Yuan captured the sisters in 43 CE and had them beheaded, sending their heads back to the capital as a grim trophy. But Vietnamese tradition tells a different, more defiant story. It says that facing inevitable defeat, the two sisters chose to preserve their honor. Rather than be captured, they committed suicide by drowning themselves in the hot river. Though their kingdom lasted only 3 years, the sisters' legacy has echoed for 2 millennia. They became the ultimate symbols of Vietnamese resistance, independence, and the unshakable power of women. For centuries, their story was told to inspire soldiers fighting for Vietnam's freedom, straight through the wars of the 20th century. Today, their memory is honored all across Vietnam. A central district in Hanoi is named for them, along with countless streets, schools, and temples. And while there isn't a formal public holiday, their sacrifice is celebrated each year with a major festival, ensuring the world never forgets the two sisters who rode elephants to war and became eternal heroines. Their story is a powerful reminder that even the greatest empires can be challenged by those who simply refuse to be broken. If you were inspired by the story of these warrior queens, hit that like button and subscribe for more tales of legendary figures from history. And let us know in the comments, what other historical heroes do you want to hear about next?